start all of my YouTube channels with pops and bangs. Hello, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the JCW, and welcome to a very, very, very excited Paynton. For you guys who are quite eyeful and pay attention to the titles down below, as the title suggests, we are on our way to BMW Halliwell Jones Southport for the collection of our brand new BMW M2, which is going to be joining us in the RAG17T Fleet. Now, I cannot believe I am saying that, because that car really, really excites me. Ever since that car was launched a few years back, and I've read and watched a number of reviews, i.e. Chris Harris, Joe Achilles, and a number of other automotive journalists who's reviewed that car. They said it's the best BMW to ever wear that famous M badge. So without any further ado and any other chit chat, let's head on to BMW Southport and collect our brand new BMW M2. We are here, BMW Halliwell Jones Southport, and behind me is the new member of the RAG17T Fleet, and I cannot wait to pull the cover off this and show you guys what we have got. A massive shout out to the guys here at Halliwell Jones who've been absolutely fantastic and made the experience of buying this car perfect. I cannot wait to get in this car and bring you guys some pretty cool content. Well, let's pull that cover off and see what we've got.
The sky has gone, turned its back on me. Into your eyes that shine an emerald green, and into your lungs that breathe bitter sweet. Take our chances, home, but don't be sure. Break the ice and see what we could be. A mystery. If only all your life, if only all your life, if only all your life shone for me. I love seeing embers burning for you.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Hello and welcome to the inside of RAG17T's new BMW M2. Oh my god, what a car. This is literally the first reaction, the first time I have jumped into this BMW. I have put the GoPros in and I have filmed my first reaction, and there it is. I've not even got out on the proper road yet, and just listen to that noise. Listen, just listen. And there's the national speed limit, just like that. That's one thing that you need to be careful of in this car, I can be sure. The fact that it's just absolutely effortlessly quick and incredibly smooth as well. But anyway, enough of that. Welcome to the BMW M2. So this is the new car that joins the RAG fleet. Let me just pop this into comfort mode so I can talk. Turn off that sports exhaust that inevitably makes that gorgeous noise. Let's pop it across into drive mode, just like that. And bam, I could be in a BMW 2 Series diesel, except from I've got a nice little engine exhaust tone, just to remind me underneath my right foot is a 6-cylinder, 300 plus brake horsepower, turbocharged block that can tear your face off in a heartbeat. This car is absolutely fantastic. So let me give you a quick sort of talk about this car. I don't want to go into too much detail because that's going to be a video for another time where I give you guys my sort of first proper drive and sort of walk around of this car. But I just wanted to bring everybody along for the ride, really, of the collection of the brand new BMW M2 that we have here. So we've opted for the non-competition variant, and I can hear people shouting at the screens already, why didn't you get the M2? Why didn't you get the M2 competition? No. There's a few reasons really. One, the main one being the cost. Now, we couldn't really justify the cost extra on top of an already incredible car. Okay, you get the BMW M3 engine, which gives you 40 brake horsepower more. You get a little bit of a different trim inside, and a little bits and bobs really, but I didn't see the point, because the idea of this car, the BMW M2, and the introduction to the RAG fleet is we're keeping the Mini John Cooper works. For you thoroughbred fans out there, that car is staying, and that's going to be staying in my heart for a very, very long time, and I absolutely adore that thing. But let's face it, since we've done all the modifications on that car, as much as I love driving it, I enjoy being with the car, it's not practical. Which brings me on to my next point. We have opted for the 7-speed dual clutch automatic transmission, the DTC box. The reason being behind that, and I know for you purists out there that would say, oh, it's an M2, it's an M model, why didn't you get the manual variant? Because they offer a manual M range, which is the M2. Yeah, I understand why. I understand you get a lot more driver feedback from the car, you're a bit more engagement with the car, but that's not what we bought this car for. This car was mainly for, I wouldn't say a motorway mile muncher, because again, that's not what this car is built for. But we've got it for more of a professional, practical type of car. Yes, we make a joke, BMW M2 practical, probably not many people have said that, or the reasons why they bought an M2, that's for sure, but it's a smooth car. It delivers the power effortlessly. The gear changes, even when it's not in sort of flappy paddle, is instant. And it really is a great all-round smooth cruising car, which with enough power to get you out of sticky situations, or enough power to get you into them at some point. I have, like I said, this is my first drive and I've not quite found the boundaries of this car yet, and I don't plan to anytime soon. So it's the type of car that we've got, which is a fantastic car. I mean, you can read reviews upon reviews upon reviews. Joe Achilles, one springs to mind. That guy's video was awesome. Chris Harris, another guy that did a fantastic review on both the M2 and the M2 competition. I suggest for you proper purists and you people who want to go and watch a sort of really thoroughbred review, go catch Chris Harris's, because it's fantastic. And that brings me sort of to the point of saying that is one of the reasons why we bought this car, was because Chris Harris's review, he hand on heart said, could this be and is it the best M Sport car ever made? And Chris, I have to agree with you, this car is incredible. Now, I've never really been a massive BMW fan, and it's not because I've not liked the product range, it's got nothing to do with that. I've always been a Japanese car lover myself. The R34 is my dream car. It's the R34 Nissan Skyline GTR for you guys who don't know what the R34 geeky code names are, that I know everything. I could go even more geekier and call it the RB26 DETT, the twin turbo beast. But that's my bag. That's you know, that's what I love. They are my type of cars, and of course the Mini, which I just adore because it's hilariously fun. It's asbo loud and it's just great to drive. But reading the reviews and sort of testing a couple of other car manufacturers out, like the Audi RS3 that we drove, the CLA 45 AMG, and now the BMW M2. I just thought it really was the pick of the bunch. It's a car that you don't have to necessarily be on it all the time. You don't have to drive it ridiculously hard to sort of experience that stunning exhaust note from the back and really sort of get that visceral feeling from the car. You don't have to be on it, because this car really does give you a lot of driver feedback anyway. And I'd say the only downside that I've found so far during the drive of this car, and this is literally from the start of when I put this camera on, was the electronic steering rack. Now, I've read Evo magazine and everyone, there's loads and loads and loads of pluses and pluses and pluses, and there's very few cons. And one of the cons or minuses that I say of this car is that electronic steering rack, because I've been fortunate enough to drive the BMW M1, which was a bit of a parts bin special, let's face it, but they got that car so right in terms of driver feedback, driver enhancement, and of course that analog real sort of steering wheel, hydraulic steering wheel feel that it has. So that's probably the only downside that I'd say with this car. But like I said, we're not going to be really thrashing this car. We'll give it a good running. We'll enjoy what BMW M Performance have done to this car. But like I said, we didn't buy this car for that purpose. However, and it's a big however, and that kind of brings me on to my next point. So I've been fortunate enough to know a good friend of mine now. I've actually sort of talked to a lot, Bonnie. So Bonnie works for a company called Motec, and if you're watching this, Bonnie, there's your shout out. Bonnie works for a company called Motec, and Motec are a BMW performance, shall I say, performance enhancing tuning company that specialise in BMWs. They do different product range. I have seen a couple of beautiful Golfs they got on there and so on, but they do specialise in the BMW range, and especially they've just brought out a few new toys for the M2. Now when I say it's going to be a practical daily, or why you're modifying your daily driver kind of thing, what I want to do really is, after reading listening and watching Joe Achilles' road review, apologies if I got your name slightly wrong there, was the only thing this suffers from in the cabin. Externally it's okay, you know, actually it's more than okay, it's pretty good. Externally the noise, but internally it's quite refined. There's not enough excitement that I'd want out of a BMW M2. And yes, okay, and again brings you up to the point of you should have got an M2 competition. Well, that's the reason why this car's going to Motec. So Motec have kindly invited me. In fact, I'm actually going to get the guys from Motec on my Checkered Flag Chat podcast to sort of talk about performance enhancement and modifications that you can do to your car and how the industry's going and so on and so forth. But that's another video. So the guys at Motec really specialise in performance enhancing your car. And what I want to do to this is Remus actually offer a exhaust kit for this car that is still road compliant. You don't have to take the cats out, you can still pass your MOT, you don't have to have one of them does your horn work. Yep, you've passed MOTs. It's compliant, but it just frees a little bit more of that straight six engine noise to them 4 quad pipes at the back. And I think that's just one thing this is, I wouldn't say lacking, but it needs more of. And to have an engine like that at the front, we really do want to free a little bit more of that engine noise at the rear as well. So that's one thing that we're going to be doing, and we're looking forward to sort of bringing you guys along for the ride and the modifications that we're doing to this car. But for now, I just thought I'd give you a little bit of a first drive review. It's probably not the best roads to go on now, because we're on some country back lanes, which are quite, probably what you can see, is some tight turnings. And like I said, I've not really learnt the boundaries of this car yet, so I don't particularly want to drive it like I stole it, but it is fantastic. It's just really, look, it's just point and shoot. Go where you want to go, cruise if you want to cruise, go bonkers if you want to go bonkers, and I love it. So we've come to the T-junction. I think I'm going to end it there. Thank you very much for watching. Please do hit that subscription notification down at the bottom, because I will be bringing more of these type of videos as and when I can. But ideally, what I'm going to do now is sort of explore what this car can do, give it a bit more of a drive, and then give you guys a first proper drive of this car. So if you, like I said, subscribe down below, get them notifications up, and you'll be able to be notified when I properly give this car what it should be made for, a proper good driving. But anyway, the sun is shining here in lovely Cheshire. I'm on some pretty decent roads now, and I'm gonna go enjoy this wonderful, wonderful car. Thank you, goodbye.